guys, Lorena Magana here with the latest episode of Movie Maker magazine. Today, I'm talking to director Paul Young about his film, The Glowing Hours. Let's take a look at a clip from the film.
It's a very personal story to me. It follows a young girl named Olivia into a home for children after the loss of her mum. And her future is very uncertain, and she's not sure where she's going to be going next and what's going to be happening to her. And really the story is about this young girl reconnecting with the memory of her mum as she arrives in this place and is meeting these other children in this home. And the idea is taking what could be quite a bleak sort of story and kind of flipping it into a child's perspective and bringing out more of a hopeful feel to it and more of a sweeter, magical type of feel to it. It's set in around Christmas time, and so it's got a very snowy sort of magical landscape, which kind of feeds into this young girl's perspective of the world being more of a sort of fairy tale type feel.
What was it like working with your young actress?
Well, really the main thing with all of the children, and particularly Maya, who plays the Olivia, the only thing that you can do really is try and shield as much of the kind of chaotic filmmaking process from them as possible, so that even if you're so stressed out and you've got half an hour to get, a whole ton of stuff that you're just not going to be able to get, and your head is going to burst, you just can't push any of that onto them or onto her at all. Because if she's getting stressed out and worried, then that just doesn't work at all. So it requires a lot of patience and just trying to give that room, which I think, whether it's a child actor or not, I think anyone, you should try and create that environment if you can. So yeah, really patience is the main thing. And I think one of the most important things as a director that I took from directing a young child was, the way my head works. I like to know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I like to be very methodical about everything that we've got planned, and it's very set in my head. And working with a child, all of that goes out the window, and everything you have planned has to change. And in that sense, I think it was kind of a healthy experience for me, working more in the moment as opposed to having everything pre-planned in my head, but being able to change things then and there. I think that's what I probably took from working with kids the most.
What were some of the challenges that you faced when you were shooting this?
Well, it was my first time working with a crew of this sort of size. It was for a short film, a fairly big crew, and we were shooting because of the kids in the film. It was very short days or schedule that we had. And they all need tons of breaks, so fitting all that in snow as well, in the shortest light days of the year, it was all kind of every day it was basically trying to condense 10 shots into one, and it was kind of a lesson in economy in that way, and in being really strict with what exactly we need. But the snow was probably one of the biggest practical problems, because that messed up the whole schedule, because we didn't have any warning of that coming. Second day of the shoot, full of snow, we need to reshoot all of our exteriors again, change the whole schedule around, and again, that's what it goes back to everything you have planned goes out the window, and you've got to think on the spot, and that's when I think it really is either falls apart or it happens, or it all comes together.
Time's no